Frank has been a member of Toastmasters for a year and is the club president for Hub City Toastmasters. His speech is called Find Your Purpose. Please join me in welcoming Frank to the lectern.
All right.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Toastmasters guests, what is your purpose? What drives you? On May 2015, I lost my purpose, or so I thought. My wife had just left me. She kept the kids, albeit I kept the PlayStation. For that month, I was depressed. I was just trying to find my purpose, trying to work on getting my kids back. And I was doing whatever I could. I tried to look up for clinical services. They said they couldn't help me. They had a full schedule. I wasn't able to fit in their time frame. And I was at my bottom line. That's it. I'm done with this. I'm done with everything. But I decided I need to talk to the main man, the man upstairs. I cried out to God and like, God, I need you. I need help. Where do I go? And I heard a voice in my mind that said, you need to go back home. It wasn't saying back to my mom's because that's where I was. I need to go back to church because I had been a member of the church that I go to now for many years, but I had left. And felt I was being guided. I needed to go back. So I got Google. I looked up. There was something there that day. It was a Thursday. But in my mind, I was thinking it was Wednesday and there was church. So I was ready to go to church. And all that day, I found a ride. I was doing everything that I can just to get there. I arrived there and I see a sign, we're closed. Like, oh, like, I'm hopeless again. Like, I can't even get this right. But I decided to go to the store next door while wait for my ride. And then, you know what? I'm going to go back and check. I'll get the number. I'm not going to give up just yet. And this truck comes up. It's this young man. Said, hey, do you want to go to church? I'm like, yeah, but it's closed. Like, no, we have something else. We have this thing called the Choose to Change Foundation. It's for ex-cons. Like, well, I'm not an ex-con. I was like, I don't even belong here. Like, no, come on. Like, you'll like it. It turns out that this guy, I knew him when I went to church years ago. He was a little boy that I remember would always come up to me and we would talk, we would hang out, we would tell jokes. And now he's inviting me out to something called Choose to Change. I'm like, well, I do need to change. I'm going to give this a shot. So I go in and I see this man, this tall, gray-haired man. And he's talking about, but do you want to change your life? And what is your purpose? What are you going to do? I was twisted. I was like, this guy is kind of out there, but I like it. So he starts asking questions, and he points me out, and he says, "You, if I had put a 2x4 from the end of this shelf to this shelf, it's on the floor. I'll give you $30. Would you walk it?" I'm like, "Yes, of course. That's easy, $30." Like, okay. Now, what if I take a longer 2x4 and I put it on the top of the tallest buildings? Would you just walk that? Now, apparently, you're supposed to say no because no one in their right mind would just walk a plank over two buildings just for fun, even for $30. I said yes. And I could see the look on his face. That's not what he's expecting me to say. And And it kind of threw him off. And well, what if it was on fire? And he saw the look on my face where I was about to say yes again. He's like, no, Frank, you know what? You're too crazy. I'm gonna go ask the next guy. And he explains what he was doing. If the building was on fire, but there's a loved one there, think of your loved one. Would you walk to save their lives? And that is your why. That is your purpose. When he said that, it clicked. I was like, yes, I would do that. I was thinking about my kids. I want my kids back. I would do anything to get them. And the reason that I said yes the first time, because I was thinking right now, I don't have anything. My kids don't have that money. So if I had $30, I would give them the $30. So that was my purpose, although my mind was a little bit twisted, like Orlando likes to point out, because I just did whatever I wanted to. I'm the type of guy to jump out of a moving car just because he's having a bad day. Those are just the crazy things that would run through my mind. But I found my purpose. And since that day, I've been moving forward, and I've been doing the best that I can to improve myself, for my family, for my friends. And if I'm able to inspire others, why not?